What's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's How to Unlock video, we're going to be covering the Finn Modern Warfare LMG for those of you that are free to play in Warzone. Now, we did cover this a long time ago, however, we're on a completely different map. Tons of players join all the time. They actually made some changes recently that will make this a little bit more difficult, so I think some of you might be struggling to unlock this as well. I wanted to give you guys an updated version. You guys can expect me to go over some tips and tricks to make this a bit easier. We will cover the challenge so you know exactly what to do to unlock it, as well as I will share with you guys a recommended loadout, which for this one in particular will be pretty crucial. Before we dive into it, if you guys do enjoy this content anytime or find this video helpful in any way, make sure you show your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. Let's go ahead and throw an easy goal of 50 likes on today's video, as well as if you guys would like to find your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty content, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell so we don't miss you in future videos. Now, in order to unlock this, of course, you're going to need to know what that challenge is. So if you go to where you edit your loadout, go over to the LMG category, scroll down to the Finn. Your challenge should be read as follows. Using LMGs, get 1 melee kill in 7 different matches. Just to make it a little bit more clear, this will need to be a gun butt kill with an LMG in order for it to count properly. Now, the first thing I want to cover is what game mode you guys should be diving into. If you guys have access to an LTM like Caldera Clash or Rebirth Blood Money Quads, that will absolutely work. However, that's not typically in the game, so I want to recommend something a little bit more consistent, which is going to be Plunder. Plunder is also better for a wider variety of skill levels, as it does go from 10 to 20 minutes, which gives you quite a bit more time to actually get that progress towards your challenge. Now, when you're diving into Caldera, the place that you're going to definitely want to land to have the most opportunities at engagements is going to be the airfield. People go here for weapon challenges to level up their guns, and they know it's the most popular place, so they also want to land here to get the most kills possible. This challenge is a lot more difficult now than it was in the past because recently they nerfed the melee damage for everything but the melee weapons, so you're going to actually have to hit somebody quite a few times in order to get the elimination that you're looking for. Something that you want to keep in mind while going for this is you absolutely do not want to have a throwing knife equipped because it will prevent you from doing a gun butt. You will actually use a knife to melee the person and it won't actually count towards your progress. Now, for this one, I highly recommend you guys take the camping route because you're going to have to hit people quite a few times in order to actually eliminate them. And it's not going to be easy when they're actually firing back at you, and more than likely, even if you hit them a couple of times, they can turn and burn you pretty quickly. So what you're going to want to do is find a building where you know tons of people are going in there to engage with each other, and you're going to want to find a nice hiding spot and try to let these people pass by, and hopefully at that point you'll be able to get your opportunity to hit them quite a few times and get that elimination. Well, luckily enough, you only have to get 1, and then you should get the progress towards your challenge. What makes this really difficult and frustrating is the fact that you will have to hit them up to 4 times to actually get them downed, and that could be troublesome, especially if they hear your footsteps at all or even decide to fire at you before you even get a couple of melee hits off. Now, a couple things that I think will overall help you guys on this journey is 1, definitely run dead silence. This will give you the silent footsteps, so once somebody has actually walked past you and didn't know that you were there, you can pop the dead silence, sprint up behind them, and actually melee them a few times before they even realize what's going on, overall increasing your odds of getting this elimination. Another thing that was really helpful for me was running the double time perk. This gives you a 30% increase on your tactical sprint, which will obviously help you catch up to them if they are running and moving at a quick rate. You can also go as far as running the stim shot if you think this will give you a better opportunity as well. It's something that I typically like to run, and it can be very useful in this type of situation, as you might not always be able to lunge at the distance that you would like to. Something that could be really useful for this challenge is going to the end of the flight path. Obviously, sometimes there are AFK players. If you're lucky enough to get one of those without any issue, you should be able to get your elimination there and obviously get that tracking you're looking for. So after the nerf, it can take you up to 4 melee hits with your weapon in order to down someone, which this can become very frustrating. However, with the recommended loadout I'm going to share with you guys today, it's going to decrease that by a little bit and overall increase your odds of getting this without too many problems. So let's go ahead and dive into our recommended loadout, which is going to be the SA87 LMG from Modern Warfare. Alright, I just want to mention that this build is specifically for melee only, and it will definitely help you with your odds of getting your kill. So for the muzzle, we have the CQB breacher device. For the barrel, the SA87 12.4 inch factory. For the stock, the forged tack CQB comb. For the perk, I'm running fast melee. This is incredibly helpful. And then the rear grip, I have the stippled or stippled grip tape. All right, a couple more things I want to address before we wrap things up here. The reason I'm recommending to you guys a Modern Warfare LMG to unlock this is the simple fact that if you use one from Cold War or Vanguard, it could lead to the progress not tracking properly, which would lead to you having to do more matches than is being asked for. So this is something you definitely want to avoid. Now, the last thing I want to cover is whether or not you can leave the match once you've gotten your progress. So once you're confident that you got the melee elimination that you need, You can go into where you edit your loadout in game, scroll over to the LMGs, down to the Finn. If you notice it's tracked properly, you can then leave the match and dive into your next one, which will overall decrease the amount of time this should take you to complete. Now, if you're confident that you got that melee elimination and you go to check the progress and it doesn't look to have tracked properly, I recommend staying through to the end of the match to increase your odds of it actually counting, and that will overall limit the amount of extra matches that you might have to play if you choose to leave early on accident. So we've covered a few tips and tricks that should make this a bit easier. You guys are set up with the challenge, so you know exactly what to do to unlock it. I even gave you guys a recommended loadout, which should increase your odds of getting this done without too many issues. But that's going to wrap things up for us here. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support on the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.